Hello, good morning, and welcome to this One Busters Taste Challenge. We have Sunny Brook, Kentucky blended whiskey, introduced in 1891. This is now from Beam-Suntory, product of Kentucky. Bought this 1 liter bottle. I bought this 1 liter bottle in Orange, Texas. It was about $8 after tax. Now, this is ancient age. We can get this here right in this town. I think when Dixie stopped selling the glass bottles, 750, they just sell the big plastic handle bottle, the 1,750. And if I'm not mistaken, $18.99. But you can get it around some parts of New Orleans, Rouse's, I think, Dorgnac's, Elio's Wine Warehouse. Ancient age, preferred. Blended whiskey. Carefully blended according to the finest old traditions. And they're both 80 proof. Blended and bottled by Ancient Age Distilling, Frankfort, Kentucky. 20% straight Kentucky whiskey, 80% spirits distilled from the finest grains, meaning corn. Okay, now you notice that bottle doesn't say Kentucky blended whiskey. It just says the 20% part is Kentucky straight bourbon. Well, that tells us something. Kentucky whiskey, but Frankfort, Kentucky is Buffalo Trace, and they basically deal with bourbon. Okay, so they're just taking a 4-year age, probably ancient age, and they're blending it with 80% at a 80-20 ratio, 80% grain spirits, 20% Buffalo Trace, whatever. Who knows? Maybe they're aging some old charter, didn't come out right, got too much heat, didn't get enough heat. It just didn't taste right. So they're going to blend it off in this. Okay, that's what they do. The grain spirits, though, are almost certainly coming from Midwest grain products of Indiana. And that's why it doesn't say Kentucky whiskey. It just says blended whiskey. But it's blended and bottled in Kentucky. See, blended and bottled. The straight whiskey is from Kentucky. But notice they didn't mention the grain spirits. I was on a tour 3 years ago, and the tour guide, I said, she said, we used to make vodka in this column still. Vodka, and it's no longer used. I said, do you get your grain spirits from grain neutral spirits from Midwest grain products in Indiana? And she said, yes, that's where we get it. It's cheaper for Buffalo Trace, Barton Distilling, Fleischmann's Distilling, Barton Distilling. Oh, I said that. Barton 1792 Distilling. Glenmore Distilling also, to just get their grain spirits from Midwest grain products, because that's a huge operation. It's one of the biggest distilleries in the world, and they just churn it out. Used to be Seagram's until the year 2000. So they know, people just order, oh, I need this much, whatever. Okay. And that's it. Now, apparently Beam-Suntory is doing their own grain alcohol spirits. Can you buy pure grain alcohol without any whiskey blended in? Yes. Yes, Sazerac makes a product called Diesel. It's 100% grain spirits. And it's not diluted with water. It's 190 proof. It will kill you. It will make you go blind. It is extremely dangerous. You're not supposed to drink it. You could make your own cocktail concoctions with it. If you had a charred oak barrel, you could make your own bourbon with it or whatever, but don't drink it. If you get on the Luxco's website, they have a grain spirit they make called, and there's other companies that make them, yeah, but the two big ones is Diesel and Everclear. Everclear is 100% grain spirits, 190 proof. In most states, or some states, it's not allowed to be that high. First of all, if you get it near an open flame, it'll blow the bottle up and probably slice you up with glass or kill you. It's highly volatile, highly flammable. People were buying that to put on their hands during the Toyota Corolla virus crisis in because they couldn't buy rubbing alcohol, and it'll work. When I was at the brewery tour, distillery tour, sorry, the distillery tour 3 years ago, the girl said, "You want to taste some of this grain spirits that we used to make bourbon with, or Diesel or whatever?" They just had it clear rolling around in this thing. She said it's 190 proof. I said, okay. And then the other guy on the tour, because we had the morning tour at 10:30, so it was early, and we're only two of us on the tour. He took a sip, and then she took the glass and handed it to me. I said, "Is it okay to drink one after the other?" She said, "No germs can survive this." She said, "No germs would ever exist with this stuff." Hey, Ron, ever heard of Devil's Spring? Says Justin Hopkins. No, I haven't. Okay. Let's see. That's it. So anyway, I think I'll be able to tell these apart, but I haven't been doing a good job lately of telling Sunnybrook apart from the other Sazerac brands. What does that mean? What does that mean? That I'm bad at telling them apart? No, I don't think so. I just think it means that Sunnybrook is so similar to all these other cheap, or if you don't like the word cheap, say popular priced, value priced blended whiskeys. Okay, if you want to use that term, that's fine. We all know what it means, though. So now the final idea behind it, you might say, well, you know, hey, if Sunnybrook's no different than the other ones in a large way, in no appreciable or meaningful way, you're doing taste challenges, and when you do tell them apart, you barely got it, and then halftime you can't tell them apart. So does that mean Sunnybrook is probably no better or worse than the rest of the lot? That's probably what that means. And so you should only consider price, correct? Exactly correct. I mean, what else? What you gonna do? You say, well, I collect bottles, so I need the pretty label. Well, no, that's different. You collect bottles? Okay, I understand that point. I do the same thing with beer. I buy stuff I know is gonna be terrible. I mean, I'll buy stuff. I'll say I know it's going to be horrible, but I'm not buying it for the quality. I'm buying it because I want to collect the can. So that kind of reasoning, you see. Now let's look at the appearance. Well, actually, they don't look the same. So this is going to be an interesting one. Pour too much. Well, I'm going to have to run these over the next couple of hours, but that's okay. And I'm trying to do a taste challenge. I poured about 20% too much in each glass, I think. Later today, I want to do another taste challenge for Friday's slot. Because Friday, we're going to plan to do Fandango Friday at 7 Eastern and p.m., of course. And I think I'm going to bring this India Pale Ale from Louisiana, from New Orleans, called NOLA, NOLA, New Orleans, Louisiana. But actually, the company's New Orleans Lager and Ale. So they're playing off a playoff. You know what I'm saying? They're punning off a pun. But it's called Hopatulus, another pun, because it's on Chapatoulas. You see, the brewery's on Chapatoulas Street, so they make Hopatulus on Chapatoulas. But another story. So I'll do Friday's slot later today, but I can't be doing it right after this. I'll be stammering, murmuring, slurring, and it would be terrible. It would be terrible. So I'm not going to do it later. And that's not going to be a challenge because Seagram 7 Crown always wins. Seagram 7 always wins, all right? It's never lost. It cannot lose. It will not lose. That's not going to happen. It's so clearly better than the rest of these blended whiskeys that it's a joke. You say, yeah, but it's like $14 a bottle. All these ones you playing around with is $8 a bottle. That's right. You want to pay $8 a bottle? Good. Don't complain that it's junk. You say, well, I want to get a blended whiskey that's really worthwhile. That has character. That represents what America stands for, or used to stand for before the communist revolution and all this. So you say, well, then get Seagram's 7 Crown. I think the fact that ancient age preferred is golden, and that Sunnybrook is amber is going to make a difference. Golden versus amber. One is darker. Same age, 4 years. The straight whiskeys, the grain spirits are not aged. Those are fresh. That's raw whiskey. Other words, moonshine. You see these TV shows where the people are making moonshine and it's clear. They take the corn. That's why they had the whiskey rebellion, because of corn and all of this. Maize, if you live in Europe. And after they distill it, it's clear. And these people drink it. Oh, what a disaster. Now at the distillery, the lady says, I say the girl because she's like 22 years old. And to me, anybody under 40 is a girl. You know, any woman under 40 is a girl. To me. All right. She said they cut it with water. Just regular old tap water. They take the 190 proof and they start it, like turn on a faucet. Start adding water and they get it down to 80 proof. Boom, and then they do what they want to do with it. That's why the whiskey, if it's barrel proof, be 137% alcohol instead of 40%. Well, you see, oh, I'm sorry, 137 proof. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, they hadn't cut it with water yet. But I can't drink that stuff. That stuff's too strong. Somebody told me, try this Elijah Craig barrel proof. Well, it tasted good if you could stomach the high alcohol, and I couldn't. I thought it was so nasty. I told that guy, I said, Jared, I can't drink this. What's wrong with you? The man, that bottle cost me $60, whatever. So I don't care if it cost what it cost you. I said, it's terrible to me. And he's over there drinking it like it's Coca-Cola. I said, well, go ahead and drink it. But I said, it's too strong. And if I'm a wimp and I got to have 80 proof, then I'm a wimp. 90 proof is cool too. I'll be the first to admit it. See, I'm not trying to project only thing I've tried to project is positivity, you see, but I don't try to project an image beyond just tasting stuff. Some people say, oh, it's this, it's that, up, down, sideways, other side. I said, all it is somebody tasting beer, wine, and liquor. That's important to you? Okay, wow. Strange set of priorities. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to close my eyes because I'm scared that I'm going to see the amber and know it's Sunnybrook, or I'm going to see the golden and know it's ancient age. Shows you how a company can be wrong. If you look on the Buffalo Trace website, look on buffalotrace.com, I guess it is, or greatbourbons.com. They got two websites. Why? I don't know. Got two websites for the same products. And you'll find Ancient Age 10 star. But you won't see Ancient Age Preferred, because just like all these other companies, they make products that they don't acknowledge. But anyway, they're going to talk about Ancient Age been on the market since 1946. And I sent an email to the company. I said, no, it's 1936. Oh, no, it's 46. I said, no, it's 36. And the lady tells me on the email, well, can you prove that? I said, absolutely, I can prove it. And I sent her all kind of files, old advertisements from 1938. The trademark information showing the exact date it was first used in commerce. Oh, well, we're going to look into that. I said, they must have been, that was 2 years ago. I said, they must be looking into it forever because they still got 1946 on there. I don't care what they put. I know it was 1936. And it was a scam anyway, because there used to be a liquor called Ancient Bottle Gin. Seagram's Ancient Bottle Gin, with like the Old English A and the B. You know, it's called AB, Ancient Bottle Gin. You know, that calligraphy with a basket weave bottle. It's the same Seagram's they make today with that basket weave bottle. And then sometimes a bottle would be some kind of paisley. Depends how they want to print the bottle. Maybe Fort Smith, Arkansas is the paisley, and Indiana is the basket weave. I don't know. But so they had Ancient Bottle Gin, like real popular. Oh, well, all of a sudden, guess what comes onto the market? Ancient Age gin and rum and brandy, and especially bourbon and the blended whiskey. Ancient Age with the same calligraphic A and another A, and it was like, oh, wonder who's violating whose copyright. And that was from Shenley Industries. I said, what a ripoff. Nobody in their right mind was going to fall for that. Like, oh, I'm buying Ancient Age, and I think it's Ancient Bottle from Seagram's. Wrong. Nobody was going to fall for that. You ever see somebody go to the grocery store and buy Dr. Wow, but they thought they were buying Dr. Pepper? Yeah, exactly. It happened never in history. No one in the history of the world ever bought Dr. Wow and thought it was Dr. Pepper. And nobody bought Ancient Age and thought it was Ancient Bottle. But here's Ancient Age still on the market. Ancient Bottle's gone. They just call it Seagram's London Dry Gin, you know. Which is like the #1 gin in America. American brand. I'm not talking about Gibson's. I'm sorry, Gordon's or Tanqueray and that, because those are from other countries. They're not from the United States. Although I still think Seagram's is #1 selling gin in America. I do believe that. Seagram's, the Distiller's Reserve, the more expensive one, the better one too. And then all the flavors, you know, the flavors. Cucumber. Okay. This smells musty, pungent, very, 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 very much like pungent corn bread. Corn grits. There's a little mint though. Mint. You say mint. Oh, and don't think a company won't change their tune if you send them an email. Anheuser-Busch did. The great, powerful empire, or some people say the evil empire. I wrote them an email years ago. I said, you're wrong on the website. Bud Ice did not hit the market in 1984. It was not 1984. And the girl, it was a lady. She said, well, can you prove that? I said, absolutely. And I sent her the documents. Oh, thank you. About a week later, it was fixed, said 94. And it's been like that ever since. And you say you just did that to get free beer from them to do reviews. Well, then it was a colossal failure if I did, because you know how many beers I've gotten for free from that company? Think for a minute. Let's think. Oh, yeah, none. They don't send free beer out to people to do no reviews. They're big. They don't need these little nicky-knack nerd patrol on the internet doing beer reviews to validate their existence. Have I had companies send me beer to review? Yeah. Most of them are obscure companies they ain't nobody ever heard of, trying to get some, you know, some viewpoint action. Not Paul Honor, though. They're big. You know, Paul Honor sent me stuff. But that's them. They came to me, say, you want stuff? I say, yeah, send it. This smells a little minty, too, but it's a little cleaner in the nose. It's not like all pungent, corn, musty, rusty. You know what I'm saying? Musty corn, old barn, like an old barn. To me, I think that might be the Sunny Brook. And it also has that strange green wood. But I said that 2 days ago, and I was wrong. I was wrong twice. But if you go to Barton 1792 Distillery or Ancient Age, I'm sorry, well, they call it Ancient Age, but Shenley Industries, now known as Buffalo Trace since 1992. That's what it was called, Shenley Industries Distillery. Beautiful name. But they wanted to make it more appealing, so they say, oh, it's Buffalo Trace. and the historic Buffalo Trails that allegedly were in Frankfort, Kentucky. But they smell, those distilleries smell musty and dusty, and everything is old and woody and wood and old. Yeah, it's something else, boy. If I lived up there, I'd be hanging around there like a little hanger on. I'd probably go work there. Ha ha. All right. Oh, candy corn, candy corn, candy corn, sugar, nectar, vanilla, oak. You say it's like bourbon, right? Yeah, but washed out a little bit, washed out. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too great. What do you expect? It's okay. I don't hate it. Don't love it. Don't hate it. Next. Yowza. That's a little more harsh now. Brendan O'Leary says, damn, you're up, bro. I got up at 2:45. At 2:45, I was out the bed, saying my prayers and making the bed. Can't stand an unmade bed. So I started making it, straighten up the sheets and the blanket and everything. Came out so pretty. Then I listened to CBS News up to the minute at 3 a.m. Central Time. All right. Well, which of these tastes better? If one should use the term better. I think the one in my left hand tastes a little better. Daylight now. The one in my right hand is so harsh. It's got a bad bite. Tastes like old mint. Like mint. Like, yeah, they don't use mint. Okay, so why does it taste like mint? Why do those Heaven Hill things taste like honeydew melon? You know why? Because it's inferior bourbon that they blended off because it wasn't going to taste right if they kept it in a straight bourbon format. That's why. Ooh, that is garish and bitey and not nice. Go away, you big. You know what? That's not right. Oh, me. All right. Whew. Wouldn't want to drink that every day. I wouldn't want to drink it ever again, actually, but I got so much left I gotta keep. Man, this one over here tastes way more like regular bourbon. Like ancient age bourbon, actually. I like ancient age. It's funny that they call it ancient age and it's aged 3 years. 1 year over the limit. The minimum. Ancient, right. But I guess they don't want to call it young age or adolescent age, Now you can get the 6 year age, the 6 year, ancient age. That'll probably be more credible. And it's 90 proof. And I got a bottle I got a bottle on this shelf. All right. Drewski said, nothing like whiskey in the morning. Cheers, bud. Well, Drewski. Okay, cheers back to you. I just watched your newest video, says Justin Hopkins. Okay. Hope you liked it. Now, I got another one coming up. David and I did Carlsberg, which I bought. It cost too much, but I bought. And then he said, let's review this. And he pulls it out the fridge. The Waldos. I said, oh, the Waldos. Buzzing. Yum. Then I got excited. Ooh, boy, I love the Waldos. Well, you know what score we gave it. Everybody always gives the Waldos the same score, which means a high score. See, I'm going to say this is ancient age. Got more cornbread. It's got more delicate flavor, and it tastes more like regular old bourbon. I mean, it does not taste like bourbon. I say it tastes more like regular old bourbon. You understand? Would I recommend it? Well, I mean, I don't know. It depends what you want to drink. I mean, you could try it. It's not terrible. The bottle looks nice. Black bottle. Regular Ancient Age is a gold bottle or a linen color, like cream color, right? Oh yeah, cream color. I'm sorry. The Ancient Age Ancient Age 10 star. The 10 star is a gold bottle. So they got gold for the 10 star, linen, cream color for the regular Ancient Age that we can get around here for $8.99 a bottle at some stores. $8.99 for straight bourbon whiskey. Yes, that is a reality. And for McAfee's, $8.99. McAfee's Benchmark, also a 3-year age straight bourbon, also from Buffalo Trace. But this black label with the red and cream color writing, it's a nice looking bottle, but you got to give it credit on that. It's a great label, but what's on the inside is not great, but it's tolerable. You understand? I'm gonna say it's the winner, but that's it. Now, later today, gotta let this wash away, right? Can't be following up bourbon on bourbon. I'm sorry, blended whiskey on blended whiskey. But that will not be a real challenge. That's just gonna be a wipeout. It's gonna be like that song, Wipeout, because it's gonna be Seagram 7 Crown, absolutely beating the fool out of Sunnybrook. But that's all right, because Jim Beam Company, Beam-Suntory, sometimes need their behind kick. Do it, Diageo. Don't let up. Show them no mercy. Show them no mercy. Then Saturday morning, all heck will break loose. Because it's going to be on and on and on till the break of dawn. It's going to be so on. It's going to be so on that it's off. Because you know what's coming? You know what's coming. Well, you don't know because I didn't tell you. But here's what's coming. Crown Royal, the world's most famous Canadian whiskey, blended whiskey. Crown Royal, the #1 selling whiskey in Louisiana, versus everybody else. And I think it's going to be very interesting. See, sometimes Crown Royal is going to win easily, but other times it's going to be very close, if not an upset, disastrous upset. Does that bother me? Doesn't bother me. I don't own Diageo. If I had a stock interest in Diageo, it might bother me. But I think Crown Royal is going to it's going to have a real hard time going against things like Rich and Rare Reserve, maybe even Canadian Hunter, but I don't know. I don't know about that. Oh, I mean, Crown Royal is going to kill Black Velvet because Black Velvet is not even good. It's going to kill Black Velvet Reserve 8-year because that's not even good. Crown Royal will get beaten down by Canadian Club 12-year, but that's not really a fair contest because Canadian Club 12 years age. Crown Royal is not. Although the price is about the same. You buy Crown Royal, about $23 a bottle. And if you get Canadian Club 12-year limited edition, it's about $24 a bottle. But it's way better. You're going to see. You will see. Enough playing around. I'm going to say this is the Ancient Age preferred, and I think it's better than Sunnybrook. It's better. It's better. Now, if I look and it says SB, I'm going to be like, oh, well, you feel like an SB. All right. Now you're messing with an SB. You're messing with an SB. All right. Ha, ha, ha. I got it right. So my record is good. I mean, I've gotten it wrong a few times with Sunnybrook. Okay. But not this time. And did they taste similar? Not really. Was Sunnybrook up to snuff? No. Is Ancient Age a good deal better? Yes. Is it smoother? Yes. Is it more pleasant? Yes. Does it seem to be better made? Yes. Sunnybrook, you just got beat so bad. Oh, it's got that Jim Beam Greenwood and cellar mold. Drewski Brewski, I do not know. Well, I'm going to revisit Jim Beam one day, though. And I like the Jim Beam Prohibition Repeal. The non-chill filtered, I have to admit, that's a good one. All right. Do you enjoy Fireball? Well, actually, I never tried Fireball, which is what, the third best-selling whiskey in America? True story. It's really a whiskey liqueur. It's made with Canadian whiskey. But Fireball is so popular. You know, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, Fireball, Crown Royal. I think that's how it goes, Crown Royal, and so on. So you would think Fireball, that's just some old whiskey soaked in probably like Red Hot's candy. Well, whatever it is, if you want to say it's a candy drink, and I guess it is, but it's very popular. I never tried it, but I know it's wildly popular, actually. I know people, they just talk about Fireball all the time. Ooh, it's Friday, Fireball time. What's yeah, no. Say, well, if they like it, it's no skin off my back. Well, it's not hurting me. But I think it's 70 proof. You know, it's not 80 because it's a liqueur. You know, liqueur's got to be. No, I don't think they've got to be, because they've got Southern Comfort that's 70 proof. They got an 80 proof Southern Comfort, and there's a 100 proof Southern Comfort. That's a whiskey liqueur. I think it's just a general practice that they 70 proof, you know. Anyway, so today was no contest. Thanks for watching this video production, and I'll be back in about 4 hours to do Seagram 7 versus Sunnybrook. That'll be a laugh riot.